Hi, everyone. You're welcome to today's podcast. And, guys, we have a very interesting topic today. And we'll be talking about social media and relationship. I do have two guests today, and I'm going to get them to introduce themselves and we will go from there. So, I am going to get um, Shane. Do you want to go first, introducing yourself?
Hi
Okay.
everyone. My name is Oluwashel. We're back on live. Every Saturday, and I just want to say, it's been an awesome week, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with my colleagues here. We're looking to speak about an exciting topic, and hope you all get inspired, and we can collaborate, we can share our thoughts, and have a good time as well. Yeah, I'm excited. Looking forward to this as well.
Yeah, thank you, Shane. And we have Jeffers. Jeffers, please go ahead and introduce yourself. So,
Hi,
yeah,
it's nice to be here. My name is Jeffers. I, I just, I just, the topic is exciting to me. So I'm actually looking forward to the conversations that we would have and the points that will bounce back off. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for bringing me on.
yeah, thank you, Jeffers. So, just to give you guys a brief introduction on the topic, so social media and relationship, we'll be talking about how social media, like, we'll be talking about a lot of areas around this social media and how it can positively or negatively affect your relationship. Another thing we'll be looking at is, I don't know if you guys see that we're now in the age of is definitely a digital age where everyone wants to be on social media to show their good side, maybe sometimes bad side, but most times they are good side. So we'll be looking into how dates can really speak to how the relationship dynamics is now compared to the previous time where we had no social media and we had little or no exposing of what we do in the private. So I'm going to be starting off with few questions, and if any of you, just like disclaimer, like if you guys have questions as you're watching, just please put it in the chat session, and we will look at it and revisit it as we go on this live as well. And also, if you have questions for any of our guests today, so please do well to ask your question, as this topic, there's just so much around this topic, and I'm really excited to really talk about it. So, we'll be starting off with, just like how does social media, um, you know, impact relationship today? So I'm gonna start off with our guest Jeffers. If you want to throw some light on that question, so how does social media really impact our relationship today? And we can even make it in comparison to how it does in the past. Like it's a this question has a lot of answer, but you can just like briefly tell us a few things that you want to say.
Yeah. I believe um I'll start off by saying in the past there was not much social media, but things were happening. I think social media amplifies or gives us more context now into the things that were happening in the past. So people quarreled in the past, people cheated as well in the past. You know, different things happened, but they weren't amplified. So social media makes us see it firsthand, you know, and social media also complicates a lot of things. The nature of social media um introduces complications to relationships in different ways. There's the good aspect of it, but because social media is a place where there's the need to present yourself in a seemingly perfect way, it affects the authenticity of relationships. Because I mean, no one, you, even if you come online and you're fighting with your partner, you're doing it to garner something, like maybe to do an ad, or maybe to show us that your partner can act well, or to show, like, to, even if there's actually a problem, you're doing it to alert somebody to do something. So there's a motive behind why you would come online to, show us something. So I feel like social media just creates a lot of nuances in relationships that either make or mar the relationship. Most times
Mm.
mar, but we could also say make in different regards, but for the most part, there's a marrying involved. But yeah, that is my opinion on it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jeffrey. So so the next question is, so why do people um compare their relationship to others on social media? I know social media can have a good side or a bad side. But one of the bad side is more like comparison. I'm gonna just get Shaun to respond to that. So why do people compare relationship um to others on social media? Why do you feel like social media is now the our template for relationship?
Great question. So first, I'm going to jump back to the topic itself. Before responding back to you know
Mhm.
what you asked me. So first, the impact of social media in today's relationship, in today's
Yeah.
world. Personally, social media for me does have both positive and negative impacts in today's relationship. And I'll say this to you. The positive side could be the platform could be used to enhance communication, celebrate your spouse, just living, using that platform to elevate people who are pretty much aspiring to be um aspiring to have a wonderful relationship as well. But here's the thing, from a negative point of view, I see social media as a sham, a facade where a lot of people project a certain lifestyle on on people on their platform, which create a lot of illusion. People tend to put out there the glamorous thing about them, and pretty much you know pretty much put people in a very uncomfortable place. And trust me, this can cause a lot of trust issues as well. um you know it can also set unrealistic expectation for your partner as well in your relationship. So trust me, there's a lot of negative aspect when it comes to how people in today's world utilize the platform, to impact their relationship. And what you got into your question as well, I think for me it's more of peer pressure. People having that urge, to feel they need to validate themselves on the platform. Or it could be also for insecurity, which you got in the question you're asking me as well. Why do which you guys to why people want to always want to have presence on on social platforms. So for me, it could be due to peer pressure. People also seeking validation, and creating that you know perception, that illusion of them having a glamorous life, and that might not be the real case in reality. So for me, that's a few points there, which gets to why people want to engage in using this platform publicly as well.
Did we lose her?
I guess so.
Okay, she's back.
Okay.
Okay, Flo, I think we lost you there for a bit.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can.
Yes,
Yes.
now we can hear you.
So let's talk about the good side of social media first of all, before we start going deeper into the bad side of social media. In this day and age, now, um, what is good about social media right now? We know it's bad. There are some bad things. But what is good about social media? And one of the things that I see now is, especially in the Western world, there is little or no one-on-one interaction in terms of you're trying to find a partner. So people now do social media or some applications or some social platform to find partner. Um, so let's talk about the good side. And Jeffers, I want to hear from you. What is the good side of social apps or social media in terms of relationship?
Just from a personal point of view, social media, I would say there's little to no good side, but I know that there's an advantage to it. First
Yeah.
of all, I think that it it gives us, it gives people different perspectives on how better they could, be in their relationship. Because, you come online, you see talks, you see people do certain things, you see people share their experiences, and you're like, oh, this looks like something that I can implement in my relationship as well. There's more information that you can use to better your relationship, on that you can apply to improve your relationship. There's more knowledge as well. Everybody is sharing, so the older ones are sharing their experiences, the younger ones are, there's vlogs, people do vlogs all the times about their
Yeah.
relationship, and then you see like their day to day, how they're handling things and all of that. So there's the good part. There are people who, share their books, their stories, that you made to feel like you're not alone. Like maybe, maybe there's something you and your partner have been going through, and you kind of see that you're not the only person who, feels this way. And then you borrow a leaf from their experience to help you kind of navigate your own unique issue. So that would be, some of the advantages that I would say social media. It kind of gives different perspectives that could help in solving some issues, or, progressing the relationship. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. So what, yeah, my question is to Shaun now is, let's talk about social media and dating. So that's kind of where I want to even land. Dating on social media. Because a lot of relationship business starts from social media. I'm going to use an example. So let's use the example. Even Christian relationship now start from social media. Example is Moses Bliss, right? When we were talking about their story, he met his wife from social media. From my understanding of the history, the wife, he did a song, and the wife, did a dance video with the song, and that is how the whole relationship started. So let's talk about social media or social apps and dating. What is the good side of that? So let's just stay with the good thing around that, and we can then go over to how it can negatively impact people.
First, so what is the positive side with regards to the platform itself? If I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Social media platform. Sorry. Oh, absolutely. There are a lot of positive side, there are a lot of good side with regard to how you use social media. First, I think couples can use, before jumping to your question, couples can use social platforms to celebrate their milestone.
Mhm.
So there are a lot of good sides to social media. It all depends on how you tend to use the platform as well. You have it at your advantage, and it all depends on you know what your values are, how you tend to use this platform to inspire others to um you know have the dream as well, that relationship could work out in a positive way and could be celebrated as well on platforms like this as well. So with regarding your question, um people dating, well, people meeting on social platforms, I think it's we're in a digital age, right? In today's world, and something a lot of people are embracing, and I think it's good. Not just for dating, just to network, just to collaborate, to expand your network. Making friends online, it's something pretty much on the rise. In today's world, in this generation. So for me, I think there's a positive side to using this platform to engage with people digitally in a global in a global world, in a global way. Sorry. So for me, here's the thing. It also depends on you as a person. How are you using this platform to your advantage? So for me, there are a lot of good sides to it, which includes you can connect to people, in a in the global world in a matter of seconds. So for me, it's something everyone should embrace, and just be careful, and also have a principle with regards to how you want to use this platform as well. So yes, it's something good.
Yeah, totally.
So it's up to you how you use the platform as well. So hey, we should all embrace it.
Yeah. So like I gave my example of like Christian, you know, even Christians using social media to find partners. It's not, it's becoming more common these days. However, I know that, so I'm going to go a little bit into the Christian side, and I will get Jeffers to answer the next question. I know that I believe it was Redeemed Church or so that introduced a dating app, you know, and they, they just said, yeah, even if it's Christian dating app. I'm going to ask, what do you think about dating apps in general and dating apps and how people navigate that in finding relationships? And yeah, and also from a Christian perspective, you know, is it good? Is it bad? Like someone is a Christian is doing doesn't mean that it's good for all Christians too. That's another thing too. So I just want to know your own perspective around it.
Yeah, I'm laughing because it's very controversial. I personally don't agree with it, just because I feel like dating apps have this desperation to them. Everybody on a dating app is looking to find some. There's nobody there that is just seeing how it's going. You sign up there because you're looking for something. So that desperation can make people to leave out important information or lie, paint themselves, you put your picture up, a picture that is far from your current reality. You lie about, what you're doing, and very hardly do people go to investigate if this person is actually telling the truth or not. So I feel like it encourages people to not be themselves there. So you have to actually paint yourself as this perfect person, hide this age, and from here, you're probably you look for a filter that makes you look even younger. You can say you're 27 whereas you're 30 something, which is not bad, but then you literally say, you give the, like, I've heard of situations where somebody, there's how she looked or she looked on the dating app. When they went to meet in person, the person were shocked, like, oh my god, this is what you look like. You're not the picture. So this is only one of different things that happen. Personally, also heard of situations where somebody has been talking to someone on the dating app. When they met, the person was like a kidnapper kind of person, and then they began to look for the woman. So it just has a lot of nuances to it. And from a Christian perspective, when you're a Christian, your standards or your the criteria, especially if you're somebody who is practicing Christianity, I'm going to put that way. If you're someone practicing Christianity, the standards are different. There's a lot of things you'll be looking out for. You'll be looking for somebody who has the fear of God. You're looking for somebody who has a certain lifestyle to them. Anybody can come and lie about that on social media, on a dating app. You would have to actually see if this person is what they are before you agree. So I just feel like it's either a hit or miss with a dating
Yeah.
app. It's yeah, I wouldn't say, oh, it's bad, because people
Yeah.
who it has been a success for would come and say, oh no, man, for me it's this thing. I personally would not, you know use that as a pathway to finding love for myself or for like
Mm,
a close person, my sister or somebody really close to me. I wouldn't advise, just
yeah.
because of how nuanced it is. It's a bit complicated to me, or it's controversial to me, but I know that there have been success stories on it. So
Yeah, thank you.
Hey Flo, if you don't mind, I'd just like to correct the notion here.
So I'm
I-
also going to ask you the same question. So, and I'm sure that you want to say something
oh
around
yeah,
this. I'm sure you have like
absolutely.
something to say because I know that you look for things on a very different perspective too. So now to you, Cheryl, social media or social apps and dating. What is your take on it? Let's hear from you.
Like I mentioned initially, look, we're in a digital age today. Whether you like it or not, you gotta embrace, this platform. What you do with it depends on you individually. I don't think people go to this platform to go look for love. No, the
Mm,
platform gives you the yeah. Let me clarify myself. So this platform enables you to connect with people at large. So what you do after that, that's on you. You're meeting someone you don't know from, you know, you say you're in the West, you're meeting with someone in Asia, for example. Um, Without the social platform, you wouldn't have met this person because you got to meet someone personally. But in today's world, this platform gives us the opportunity to network, to collaborate with people, brainstorm with people, meet people, meet different kind of people, intelligent people, smart people, people who share the same value, the same, that do share the same, that have the same understanding, just like you as well. So what you do after that is on you. So I wouldn't just come up here and say, I wouldn't just, agree with people in general that says, social media has got not much positive. The platform is there. It's just like you meeting someone in person as well. Whether the person comes in as a deceptive person, what you do afterwards, it's on you. You do your due diligence to ensure this person's value does align with you. This person is the right fit for you. Um, you do have pretty much the same, goals in common goals. So you got to put in the work. The platform is just there for you to network with people at large, globally. You know, so what you do, so yeah, obviously people come up with, and I tell people as well,
mhm.
it's not just about the look when you're looking to, meet someone. No, the look is deceptive. You while you're engaging with this person, what kind of conversation are you having?
Yeah.
What are you saying? What are the things that resonate with you as a person? Why are you being a friend with this person? Why do you have interest in this person? Those are the things that should come up first. Then then when you see in person, you can now gradually develop physical connection. So first, a lot of people are not truthful to themselves. For various reasons. They want to hide their identity, their looks. Want to look better using certain apps to
Apps.
modify their
Yeah.
looks. We
Yeah.
all, a lot of people do this. People are just
Yeah.
cautious about how they look, and that's no problem. But the
Mm-hmm.
beauty there is you have the opportunity to assess this person when you meet them. But prior to
Mm-hmm.
you meeting them in person, you need to start thinking, is this person intelligent enough to meet up with your standard? You know, what are the conversation like I mentioned? So like, it all boils down to you as a person. How are you
Yeah.
using this platform to your advantage? That's it. So that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, totally. Um, so I want to talk about social media. So this the same dating app and what's it called? When it comes from a lady's perspective, or when it comes to a black lady's perspective. Now, I have seen some people that will see some black girls on social media on the app, or let's say dating apps, and they'll be like, "What are you doing there?" Or they'll be like this. What's it called? They kind of tag you in a certain way. So she'll do this to you. You said we're in a digital age. But it seems like some mindsets are not really shifting too, even if we're in a digital age. What do you have to say with that? Like, should, you know, females, more black females be on dating apps? And I'm very sure right now there are less black females on dating app because of the stereotypes.
Stereotype. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct. I agree with
So
you.
do you want to talk about that? Like, what do you think, you know, is the situation here?
Look, trust me, like a lot, like I mentioned, you gotta embrace this social platform. Look, um, for single ladies who are looking to, expand, their network with regard and meeting people, potential, potential spouse or you name it. Yeah, get your house out there, put yourself on the social platform. Yeah, and
But
the
you're
whole
saying
I
I should put myself forward. Does that not mean that
no,
because
so what I mean,
people
put
are very
yourself out
biased?
there does no. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there doesn't mean you're there just to you're desperate. No, you're trying to put yourself out there to meet as many people, not just for dating. You can meet different people for various reasons. The
Mm-hmm.
whole idea, like I said, the mindset is not for you to go find love. No, you're being out there because you're looking to network and you're expanding your network, your ability to meet multiple people. When you just keep yourself into yourself, how do you want to meet new people? You don't
Yeah.
learn new things.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's a mindset. You are going into this platform as a single lady or a single man to meet people. When you meet people, while you're building that rapport relationship, it could be a friendship relationship. It could be for for professional. You name it.
Yeah.
But while you're in that process, you gotta evaluate this individual. So like I said, put yourself out there. Stop having the stereotype of going online. No, it's just like you as well being on platform like LinkedIn. You're going to LinkedIn to do what? To connect with people, professionals, right? You're being on social platform to meet people as well. And I'll tell you something. Back in the days when we had I5 for me, like was a platform where we meet people globally. We meet friends. We share friends that we feel we share the same thing in common. I don't think people say stuff like, "Oh, you're on that platform because you want to meet some you're desperate for a man or a woman." No, the first idea is for you to be able to network with people. Then it now depends on you next. How do you use the platform to your advantage? Don't feel don't feel in a certain way that you're on the platform just for desperation. No, you shouldn't feel like that. It's a digital age. Things are going global and you don't want to feel left out. So I advise every single lady go on those platforms and be wise. Stick to your principle, and you'll meet a lot of men that are garbage. Once you
And be
feel,
wise.
yeah, once you feel that, once you feel and you sense that this individual, you doesn't have that connection with you, let it go. So you gotta evaluate that yourself, but you gotta be on the platform. You
Hmm.
wanna, that's it.
Interesting. So I do like your take on it. That's why we're having this conversation. I know that you definitely have different views around things, which is great. The platform, and like I said, there's that stereotype around, as a black lady, you shouldn't be there. Like it makes you look like you are looking for something else. But there's also that, even if you're looking to network, there's also that thing that will always show up. But I just believe it's also for the black community because most other race don't even think that way about black females. They feel like, oh, it's very normal. But like for black males, when you see you there, they'll be like, this one don't spoil. Now let's talk about having married people. So now you said it's a networking strategy. So it means that anybody can go there and network. Do
No,
you
I
think there
said
should be
single
restriction on
ladies,
who?
single, just single,
Okay, yeah. So,
just
so we say
single.
means that there should be restriction on who should go on dating app because the dating apps we see these days we have more married people or more married men than even the single guys on dating apps. Yeah, and they are making dating apps these days where you have to like. There's a way you can even hide your privacy from other people that they won't even get to see. So in a way, it's good, but it's also promoting disunity in relationship. So my next question is going to be let's go back to our conversation with social media and relationship. Now, do you think that um So what should you do if social media, now this is relationship setting, is causing any trust issues in your relationship? So let me give an example. I have a partner and they're always on social media trying to network and all of that. And you're like, or let's say they're on social media and I don't really know what they're doing because I don't want to go into their private space. But it's causing issues in the relationship. Maybe I'm just complaining like, oh, you don't have time for me. Or I'm complaining like, who are you chatting? We no longer have conversations anymore. So a lot of people are in this situation, trust me, a lot of relationships are in this situation because social media has negatively affected the way some relationship communicates. Now, I am in this situation. What should I do? Because social media is affecting how I trust my partner or how I even, or my relationship in general. So what advice will you give someone like that dealing with trust issues and all of that? You know, and I'm gonna get Jeffers to take on this question first, then we can hear from you, Sharon.
Okay. I think first of all, it would be to know who you married, know your partner first of all. So your lack of your lack of trust is first of all because you have an issue with, if you don't trust your partner enough, then you would be forced to think that once they are online, your mind starts spiraling, maybe they're talking to someone else or this thing. But if you trust your partner, you can be very sure that even if they're not near you, they are not doing anything that is controversial. So your trust is the first thing you have to work on, because it's not every time that the partner is going to be with you and be doing the social media with you. It's not literally every time that you can be peering into the partner's phone. As they usually say, oh, don't go checking your, just based on trust. So they might even block the message, different things. So the first thing is trust. And then I think the second thing is understanding respect for the other person. Like if you have a partner, your respect for that person is going to determine what you go online to be doing. I mean, if you have a wife, for example, why on earth are you going to social media and talking with small girls? Why are you commenting on people's profile? Like, why are you commenting on, oh my God, or putting test traps, or nice, you see a good looking woman and then you put heart eyes emoji. Some things like that are just a bit of, they it's already your character flaw that is posing a challenge to these things. You're not secure in the relationship that you are. You people don't have a rapport. You don't respect the sanctity of your relationship so much that you have to now go online to be showing yourself. So that's part of the issue. Is first a trust issue that needs to be worked on, because I can literally be all nice in the house because me and my husband are there together. But then I made a trip. Went on a work trip. He's not there to see what I'm doing on my phone. He's not there to see who I'm chatting with. So I can easily go and be chatting with anybody. So the first thing is that trust issue. So because even if you have that trust issue and you have a character, like, no matter, even if you go to Antarctica, social media cannot make you do anything that is out of the norm that would break your relationship. So it's first a trust issue, and then your character enables you to know what is right and what is wrong to delve into social media.
Thank you. I know, Sherry, you want to say something, and I'm gonna get you to talk. But what I want to even say is I'm going to ask another question. So you're going to comment on the first question and answer the second question. So trust issues, I hear that, but you know that trust is built, right? And trust can be broken. So maybe I am in a relationship and I usually don't bother about how you do on social media, and all of a sudden I see that, oh, you have some, you're always putting love emojis in every girl that has front and back on social media. That has actually already destroyed a little bit of my trust. So will you not say I have trust issues, right? Anyways, I'm gonna get you to answer the question, Shewan. And the question again is, So what should you do if social media is causing trust issues? And the second question I have for you is it okay to go through your partner's social media messages? So please take that on.
Thank you. So the first question, what do you do when your partner
When social media is causing trust
is
issues in
causing
your
trust
relationship.
issues?
Yeah.
Okay. That just tells you, you both in that relationship are not utilizing the platform in the right way. Like, and here's the thing, like, social media is not just about um what's the word, seeking for love. There are a lot of benefits to how you can maximize and utilize this platform. But with regard to what we're talking about today, relationship, if you have a partner that is pretty much engaged, addicted to the platform, to be honest, you might want to advise such individual to pretty much take a break. If you do notice it's causing a lot of negative impact in your relationship. And I'll tell you, people don't watch TVs as much as we used to while growing up. So that's what people really engage on. A lot of people watch things, content, reels, you name it, people's story. They listen to this platform to get updated news. So I don't, to be honest, that's my perception. I don't really see much problem with an individual in a relationship engaging in social media very often. It depends on how you're using it. If
Yeah.
you're someone that you're an influencer, or you have a platform where you use your platform to educate people, to inspire, people as well, to, just like what you do, you use your platform to teach people how to utilize artificial intelligence. That's positive. You're bringing value to people, right? And will you say, you have a follower as in a marriage or in a relationship is constantly engaging in your platform? Will you say that's a problem? No. So it all depends on what you're doing with it and how you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that and for those that, which you got your second question, those that pretty much go on social media to constantly go like other people's videos, I don't think there's anything wrong in liking a content if it's something of value. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're a man, you constantly liking, females, beauty pictures. That's disrespectful. First, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, you shouldn't be doing that. And apart from just trust issues, it's inappropriate. Pretty much, you're building yourself for disaster. To be honest, because you're gonna see a lot of women on social platforms. So how do you control yourself? So you can, like I say, you can't control what your partner is doing, but there should be a standard. There should be a principle. There should be,
Yeah.
that open conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell my partner or advise anyone to, use the platform in a certain way. I believe we can, you being in a relationship in the first instance is to, you want to build something great for your partner. So why are you engaging in social media and using it in a negative way? So for me, I tell people, use it in a positive way, engage, but don't be disrespectful to your partner, and be cautious and be watchful of how you use the platform as well. So that's
Yeah.
it for me.
Okay. So I'm going to ask still with you, Shewa. I'm going to ask you, what does respect mean? Let's not focus more on the guy now. What does respect mean from a lady's perspective? So how a lady uses social media? How do you feel respected based on how she uses social media? You tell me from a man's perspective.
How do I feel respected? She just just doing the right thing, which includes not being disrespectful, doing the things that pretty much signals, the red flag, like we said previously. Um, just don't do things that's gonna be harmful to our relationship.
And what are those things?
Having conversation with a total stranger in a negative
Hmm?
way,
Okay.
having a conversation with a stranger in a negative way.
Mm.
And I'm not saying you, as a lady, you can engage with people with a stranger. You can engage with a stranger. It all depends on what conversation. Do you understand me? What
Mhm.
conversation? Because that's the whole idea. You're gonna meet people you don't know. You're gonna meet strangers on this platform. But what are you saying to these strangers? That's what matters. I can't be upset if my partner is talking to a total stranger. It's all about what are they talking about? What's the conversation?
Yeah.
Just imagine you're using, and don't forget as well, this is a platform where you create awareness with your brand. You know, so you got to reach out to strangers. You got to reach out people that you don't know. So all depends on how she's using the platform,
What are
what
you
are the things she's
saying?
saying, and
Yeah.
also what are the content she's posting. You
Mm,
know,
okay.
what are the contents? Are you constantly displaying, your body? I don't know, if not, I'm not saying there's a problem displaying your body, but how you doing it also determines, for me, like you will feel that energy in a negative way. You know, some people like their partner, being free. They post like, pictures of their gorgeous body, but not nude or not half naked or you name it. But like
Mm,
it's just a way of showing out yourself, in the public in a good way. And I'm not
Yes.
saying maybe you're wearing a beautiful dress and you want to display how beautiful you look that day. Go for it, sure. You should be able to display your beauty in terms of what you're wearing, but do it
Yeah.
respectfully. But once you start getting negative comments, it's time to step back. And like I said, it all balls on you. You got to know how you use the platform. That's it.
Yeah. Thank you. So once you start getting negative comments, it's social media. People are going to comment, whether you do good or bad. So yeah, you want to weigh where the comment is coming from. Is it coming from a place of love or coming from a place of hate? And yeah, so I'm going to ask Jeffers. So I'm looking at, as a lady, how will a man use social media that you feel respected?
yeah. Um, First of all, using social media depends on if he's a business person, you know, doing your business, whatever it is that you're doing, making sure that is the main goal, what you're focusing on. You post, you attract customers, you put content out, you respond to people based on the content that you put out. If it's just that it's your normal page, not a business page, you post your picture in such a way that does not elicit conversations from people. And the thing is, with men self, they have it because you're a fully dressed man, and a woman will still be like, oh, he looks so nice. Some women now, a lot of women have a lot of guts these days. They literally come online. Oh, if your wife know they do you well, just send me message or come and they literally do it under the comment section. Some even know your mind, some don't know your mind. As Sean said, it's your job to put those boundaries there. With men don't, the what part is exposing? Men don't really have anything exposing to put, for the most part, right? It's women that have that. So it's just more of setting your boundaries. You see, you post something and you see an awkward conversation going on in the comment section. For a married man, to block or remove such conversations from there and not keep it as what, because there's some men that you come meet them and be like, oh, what will I do? It's just a public space and they are free to say what they want. I didn't respond to them. So those sort of boundaries, we know it's a public space, but there are certain things. And then when we get to the DMs as well, there are a lot of women that as the days go by, their guts are increasing, both men and women, but I'm speaking on the women's perspective. Their gods are increasing. They will legitimately see that this man is married. Then they go to the DM and then say, oh, if for any reason, as one I saw one time, say if for any reason your relationship failed, just know I'm here. And then in their comments, so like they are bold to say it. Oh, if by next year you're not together with your this thing, just holler at me.
It's
And
like,
then
you
you
know that
see,
next day you might not be together. Wow.
right? And then they said it to the this thing. And then even if you're not going to reply by saying, what do you mean? Sometimes you say, or you put this some emoji, like
A
you put a,
smile emoji.
or you just say, abeg, leave me. Such no but yes kind of responses that you're not, that pushing them away. You're not
So you need
taking
to
them
shut
in,
them
but
down.
you're not
Then
pushing them away and shutting them out. So they feel that that gap is open. Next time they come to disrespect you. There are some, do you know that in this time and age, there are many people that know more, like they don't fear wedding ring again. You're wearing a wedding ring, that's your business. They will still come at you, like come at you to like state their intentions to you. So it's you that has to like actually draw that boundary. Oh no, I don't, or they come to the DM, you block sometimes, because I feel like social media already makes people, you have to comment on everything, you have to, give a response to everything. You can give a response and say, please, I don't accept this, or you block them and no need to be explained. Because sometimes in the bid to explain and be kind about the conversation and be, oh, I'm married, I don't do this here, then we start conversing. But you always need a friend to hang on. You can always talk with me. I usually hang around 6. Then you now remember that your wife sometimes can be boring around 6 p.m. and then you go to hang out. So certain there are a lot of loopholes, that can arise from not shutting things down at certain times. So yes, social media is a good platform, but as Sheon said, it's your responsibility to ensure that you stop. You can be rude if they want, let them call you rude. Please, that man is so grumpy, you can't even talk to him, he's doing as if, because they will literally insult you. You're doing as if now only you first marry, now only you are you the first person to marry. They will literally make you look like, hold your crown and do that, rather than create that hole for something else to happen. So that's what I think.
yeah,
So
thank you.
if
Yeah,
you don't mind
Sarah,
as
I'll get
well.
to you. I know you're going to comment on this.
No, I wanted
Um,
to add up. I'm not even,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just wanted to add up.
So what I want to say is, I'm going to ask you a question which is almost in line with what she just said. Now, I have been in relationship, and my partner will be like, oh, it's okay to chat with your ex. Now, let's talk about exes and social media. You meet them in social media, you communicate with them. What is the right thing to do? So I have this ex that I've been in a relationship with, and we're no longer together. I'm currently married now, or I'm currently in a serious relationship now. How should my communication be with them? Social media wise, WhatsApp, iMessage. So Chinwe, you can comment on the previous thing and just answer this question as well.
Okay. So which what you just asked, look, there's no formula, there's no principle that tells you how to do certain things. You're an adult. Do what's right. We all have different principles. I'm not gonna stand here. I'm not gonna, say here, oh, don't engage with someone you've, been in contact with in the past. Who am I to say that to you? You just do what worked for you. Like, I don't know. So like, I'll leave that to, we as individual do what's best for you. But whatever you do, be respectful about it. Do you understand? Um, like, there are different situations and scenarios. So I won't just come up here and say don't engage with someone you had something to do in the past. Never. I'm not gonna say that. No.
So if you're not
Whatever
going
you.
to say that, so what
Mhm.
advice do you give to me? I am, let's say
Yeah.
your girlfriend is dating you and she's chatting up her ex-boyfriend and they are talking. So are you going to tell her do what works for you?
No, no, no. That's not what I mean.
Okay. So
So what I'm trying.
what do you would
So
you say
they're
that is?
talking about what? That's the thing.
They were ex before. They had things
Yeah.
in
What are you talking
common.
about? What
They
are you
went to
talking
the
about?
same school. They are checking up on each
Mm.
other. They are saying, "Oh, what's
So
up?"
so what if
You
they're
know.
ex before and they have a child? So will you say they should never talk? That's what I'm saying. Depends on the scenario. Yeah. They
So
were
let's
ex or
pick a
maybe they
scenario
are.
where there is no child. Now, this is not a
So
relationship. This is just
now you're talking. Now you're making it about okay this
exactly.
case
Yeah,
now.
let's be
Good.
specific now. So this is just a regular relationship. You are not in a serious relationship. Your exes are texting you like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, what are they talking about? I don't know. They can be a lot of things. Some exes can be like, "Why is your relationship working on now?" And sometimes you can be on a call with your ex. I've seen people that they'll be on a call with their ex. They're in a new relationship, but they're in a call with their ex maybe for like 30 minutes, just trying to catch
No,
up on old times.
no.
What do you have to say around that? Like, is this something that we should promote, or is there a way to communicate with your ex, or should your ex even be in a picture when you're in a new relationship? Like, what advice? Look, we're trying to give people advice here
Great,
based
great,
on
great.
what we believe is the right thing to do to secure your relationship. So,
So,
what do you have to say?
well, okay, what I would say here is, look, as human, you pretty much know, where you're when you're transcending, you're doing the wrong things. It's inappropriate to start engaging in a long conversation, having to talk. What are you talking about? What exactly? Catching up on old time? No, if you just bump into someone and that's life. You can bump into someone you've met in the past before. Are you gonna snub the person? That's on you. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you how to react. But look, keep things healthy. Like, I'm not gonna say fight the person to death. No, I'm not gonna say that. But look, there's boundaries. There's
Boundaries.
Yeah,
boundaries.
yeah.
Don't do things that's gonna jeopardize your current relationship. You don't want that.
Mhm.
There's boundaries, and we're humans. We gotta use intelligence to doing things. Apply wisdom. So
Yeah,
for me, you know,
boundaries.
I will never say don't engage because I don't know what can connect you guys together. But keep it as minimal, if possible, not even possible. But like I said, I don't know what happened in different people's relationship. Maybe you guys have maybe a joint account and you pretty much looking to go get your money, but I don't know. There might be a form of conversation, but keep it as respectful and let it go. That's what
Okay.
I'll say.
Thank you. So now this is my take on this. From a lady's perspective, which I believe is also from a not even a lady's perspective, from a very healthy perspective, you want to limit your communication with exes as much as you can. There's a reason why you guys did not work out. If you really want to communicate, why do you not just stay in that relationship? If you really like the person to like, oh, we're catching up on old time, why did you just stay there? Why is there old times and new times? If you want to be in a new time with somebody, you want to, they say old things have passed away and all things have been made new. So I don't know what you are catching up on. Now I'm saying this because this is very particular because a lot of guys like keeping all their exes, I don't know if whether they like keeping it as backup. They just keep them there, you know. And yeah, for me personally, don't limit your conversation. You don't have to say, some people will even go as far as blocking their exes, right? It's okay to do that as well. Sharon, I love when you said that do what works best for your relationship. What is best for your relationship is respecting your partner to be able to act and say, oh, I want to make sure that I am not putting my past relationship in front of us. I am not engaging in conversations that would jeopardize my current relationship because leave it on, like if you want to even down, like sometimes the things you hear and the things you see and the things you do can influence even your current mindset in your relationship. Because your ex can just say, oh, do you remember those times we used to spend together? And, when I used to hold you behind and when
Mhm.
I used to peck you from your neck.
Then you now remember that your current partner doesn't do that and he's boring, and then you start comparing. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
true.
So the best advice anybody will even give you is restrict conversations. You don't have to block them, but if you have to block them, if that's a way to respect your relationship, do that. But I'm going to just on this same topic, setting boundaries. That's boundaries. You don't want to be doing like we're still in a relationship together. If you want to be in a relationship together, go back to your ex, right? But Jeffers, I know you have something to say. What else do you want to advise people in this situation?
Yeah. For somebody that you shared an emotional connection with and it didn't work out, it's already, I mean, people are lucky. They claim, oh, I'm still friends with my ex and this thing. But when you're in a new relationship, as you said earlier, respect that new person. A lot of times when you start talking with somebody, if it was an emotional relation, sometimes with talking with somebody, emotions come back. You start talking, and then people start going in, to old times. You start remembering certain things, and you're not always people. The thing about human beings is we always feel we are tough. We always feel as if, I can always handle it. I'm a hard guy. I nothing can touch me. No, you're not invincible. Certain times you can. That's why Bible used to tell us, flee from temptation. There's a reason they told us flee and not just stroll away from it, because we don't have the power. We don't have enough power to just stand there and the temptation will literally not touch us. So for some things, don't bother to converse about it, because by the time they come, as you said, you start reminding you of good time. Then you start remembering the fact that your current partner, he doesn't take you out on dates, or your current partner is not the he's not current with certain things. You just start remembering things that are different from your current partner and your listing. Then you start comparing, and then you forget the real reason why you actually left that person. And then you start talking with the person. Because sometimes you can't have everything in everybody. You left that person for something that they are missing, that this new person has. You should also be aware that there are some things that this new person has that the old person, no, the new person doesn't have, that the old person had. Now, what is more advantageous for where you're going to? What makes sense for the vision you're looking for? That's why you chose that new person. A lot of times when the ex comes, people tend to start forgetting. Then you'll be remembering old times. You're remembering old times. Why did you leave in the first place?
Good
You
old
left
days.
you left because maybe that person doesn't treat you right, or you left because maybe their values, they don't like to go to church, and you are a God person. You must go to church, you must focus. That's why you left. But then they start talking to you, and then they come and start saying, this was really the only issue that broke us. So, we were really good. Oh, if you allow me back, we can. I'll start going to. In fact, I even changed church, and then you start thinking, if not for this church, this person actually better than this person. So certain things is just, you block them. Blocking
Yeah,
is not bad. You understand?
thank you.
Blocking doesn't also mean that you hate the person, because sometimes, if like me, sometimes I have a soft mind. Sometimes you're like, oh, if I block this person, it means I hate them. And as a Christian, God say we should not hate. You understand? There's sometimes your mind starts playing games with you in that way. So you start feeling bad, like my blocking means I hate them. And Bible said, there are some people that think that deep. And so because of that, they want to leave. They'll say, oh, I don't want to talk to you, but I wouldn't block you. So
Yeah.
but for you also, as they said, what about your partner? What about the sanctity of, like, to make that your partner feel comfortable, to make that your partner feel safe in what you people are doing? Sometimes you need to take certain
And we
steps.
talk about trust too, right? Like
Yeah,
your partner saying that those conversations, how would they even trust you?
feel.
And
Yeah,
you're trying to build trust as well. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm going to go to a point. I know we have a few more minutes, like 3 or 2 more minutes. Um, Before I ask the last question, from Sharon's perspective, some people use this talking to my ex or talking to other people as a networking strategy. I've seen someone tell me that, oh, I keep my ex around because they have influence, right? Like their father has money. So sometimes I need a job. I don't want to like just dispatch them. And a lot of guys are actually keeping exes based on this reason. But Sharon, what do you think around that? I know that you are very pro network kind of person. What do you think? Do you think that is still respect? Or let's say you keep them because of networking. How can you have that conversation and still respect your partner?
Yeah, that's a very tough one. But at the same time, um, if you remember what I said, do what's best for your relationship. You got to talk with your partner and say, hey, there's this contract I'm chasing, and yeah, I do know someone that can help me, that can get us a breakthrough. But this is the situation. So you both got to talk. Like I said, there's no principle in relationship. I'll say, don't talk to your ex, regardless of it. I'm not going to say that to you. So you got to evaluate things, and you being open, transparent to your partner. Let your partner be
Yeah,
aware of the situation. Um, and like I said, it's a very tough one.
yeah,
Some people will say because of their strong past emotions, they don't want to get involved in this, and that's understandable and respectful. Um, but it depends on the situation. I'll say, that's my
So if
take.
your partner says that I don't want you to talk to your ex again,
Yeah,
how will you react to that?
yeah. If it's like I said, if it's in the best interest of your relationship, if you see my partner says, please don't engage with your ex, I'm not comfortable with that. I think it's fair enough and respectful to do the needful. Yeah, let it
It's all
go.
about being respectful and respecting
Yeah,
their point of view.
let it go. Another opportunity will come some other time. But hey, you know, um, that's life.
Okay.
You know, it's
I
Thank
life.
feel
you.
that, yeah, I feel that that's even like a litmus test, because then if you can't, if your partner says, oh, let it go, and then you struggle to let it go, then you actually have to ask yourself, why? What else is there that, is making me unable to let this thing go? Aside, I thought it was just business. So why is it hard for me to? Then you can actually like take stock and, know if what you're doing is right or wrong. So yeah, I think that
Yeah.
point. Mhm.
Yeah, no, I've heard people say, yeah, I don't talk to this particular ex, or I've reduced conversation because I want to protect my either marriage or my relationship. And I think that is just respect. It's not like, oh, your partner is demanding things for you. It's just, I think it's just basic respect, right? And you being able to explain to your partner that, oh, this is why I am in this situation. And if they understand, good for you, right? But it's more like you need to have that conversation, set boundaries, and respect them. So it's already on time, but this last question is gonna be like a yes and no with just a little sentence to it. Should partners share password to their social media accounts, and how does sharing or not sharing affect your relationship? So Jeffers, just what do you think in one line?
No.
So they should not share
Um,
password to social media accounts.
it's since you said yes or no, I'll just go with no. Yeah, because just accord. That's why the trust is necessary. Just accord that privacy. But if I was allowed to talk longer, I would said it's okay to, but just to accord that privacy, because when you give the password, somehow you can't prevent yourself from going to check, and then you're monitoring them, and then you don't now trust them, because the moment you start monitoring them, it means you don't trust that they're doing the right thing. And then the other person might not be doing anything, might just be talking with someone that's needs to help him do one or two, but then you went to go and check, you don't understand the background behind the conversation, then you start bringing issues, and it gets all messy. So that's why I said no in the first time. But if you guys have built that trust, it's fine to leave there's nothing to hide, so it's fine to leave it. But no, because yeah, there's complications involved sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Sean, what do you have to say?
Um, for me, I don't think it's really necessary, but in as much as it's not necessary, I think it's okay to share. If you from time to time, if you want, like it's up to you, but I don't think it's necessary. Look, whether you like it or not, as an individual in life, you want to have that little space just for yourself. However, you want to be open to your partner as well. Having my password doesn't mean maybe you want to use my phone for something. Yeah, you can use my phone, but like that doesn't mean you have to go start sniffing and checking on my previous messages. Like hey, like everyone's got a life before their relationship, and there's some things you just don't want to open up in a negative way. Yes, you can have the conversation with your partner, but you know you started a new life, and you've told your partner as much as you want to tell them about your past, and like we said previously, there's some things you don't want to bring up that's going to be a problem to your relationship. So giving your partner the access to start digging into your personal space, I don't think it's necessary. It's not necessary. There are better things you can spend time with. You can go get
Yeah.
some skill, go get knowledge. Just about the confidence and the trust you have for your partner. You don't. I don't think you won't have the time to start sniffing around. Like there are better things to do with yourself. You want to
Yeah.
collaborate. You want to acquire better skill. You want to develop more skill, improve yourself, elevate yourself. you'll focus more on going to look at my personal space.
So it's quite
Yeah.
interesting because we say that no, you don't really have to maybe check your partner's phone or something, or know any password. I'm going to give two scenarios. Number one, um, a lady, a lady, so number one, a partner, passed away and they needed a password to something, right? But they couldn't get the password. And it was to like, was it like an account or something like that? They couldn't get a password. That's number one. And that's because they were just like, everybody should just be on their own space. We don't need to exchange anything. And the second scenario is a lot of people that have caught their partner doing something, have actually caught their partner through just checking their phones, right? So that brings me to the idea or to the notion where people say, oh, what are you going to look for the phone? What you are going to look for is what you're going to see. Now,
Mm.
you, Jeff, as you said, that you just have to trust your partner. So we're saying that trust is more like, even if they are doing something, just trust they're not doing something. Is
No,
that the idea?
no,
Because some people have trust, but their partner is literally doing things. So how do you now navigate around this? Because in a way, you want to be like, "Ah, okay, I'll just keep." It's more like you're keeping a blind eye to it and respecting it. So how do you navigate this? Because I know like a guy said one day like, oh, I caught my girl see chatting with her ex and they met not too long ago. They did things from just checking the girl's phone. So now we're saying, oh, don't really like don't check, just trust them. It's a really thin line. So I'm just wondering, like, how do you now navigate? Because a lot of people that have actually caught their partner cheating is through phones. A lot
mm,
of scenarios is like true, like, oh, I check your social media account or something. So how do we navigate something like this in this kind of space and still not being a place where you are being deceived and you're still respecting their privacy?
yeah. I think trust starts from from let's call it a blank slate or something, up until you give it a reason to not be trust anymore. Like if I meet somebody, we just start off trusting each other, but then the actions that you start taking, the things you start saying, the way you start doing things, being sneaky, is where would is the part that will lead me to not trusting you anymore. So this trust starts from like a blank slate up until it's not trust anymore. You
Okay.
understand? Yes.
So obviously, when it got to the point where people started checking it because the trust has been breached
There were
by
things where
some
you
suspicious
snip.
actions.
Yep. You snip.
Okay.
You move. You said, "Oh, I just want to answer this," and you go out of the. Some people, when they want to answer call, they will literally leave the house and go outside. What do you want, your partner to think of such action? You understand? There are important conversations. You want to have them, so that there wouldn't be noise and all of those things. But there are some ways you start moving, or you say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll call you." Every single time you want to have a conversation, you stop it. There's some things that actually build that distrust, if that's the word. Yeah, before the
Okay.
person starts checking. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Sharon, any last words?
Yeah, I think I made my point already. You know, you talked about couple checking their partner's phone to ensure, and they pretty much figured out, oh, the other person is, engaging in, extramarital affairs, or, engaging with something outside the relationship. Yes, that's there. Um, but for me, I still want to say this, I don't think it's necessary, but if the chance is there, if you want to look, that's on you. If you want to look into my phone, you can, but I don't think I need to, tell you all my password. Like, if I'm not trying to um prevent you from doing it, but if you come with the initiative and say, hey, that's you, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
So
I
just
don't think
do
I
what
have the
works for
time.
you.
For me, like, I don't think I have the time spending. I don't have that energy spending time on, oh,
Two
exchanging
people.
password. I don't have that energy.
Yeah.
I rather we spend time together. Yeah, develop ourselves. If you want to what check my stuff, you can check it. That's on you. I don't
Yeah.
want to have the conversation because
So I
the
like
trust is
what,
there.
yeah, I like how Jeff has put it. So just keep it on a plain slate, keep the trust there until otherwise. And then even if you have someone going outside the door to answer call, you can always have conversation like, what's up with this call? You're going to answer. You don't have to like say, oh, I'm going to sniff in. Don't come with the
Mm,
mindset that you're going to be sniffing around in a
yes.
relationship when the relationship have not even started. You're really like, what's there? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming on with us. And thank you so much, Jefferson, Oluwaseun. And we will see you all same time next week. Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
very much.
Great. Thanks
Bye.
also. Yeah.